Some people move through life lightly. They speak quickly, decide quickly, act quickly. But then there are deep thinkers, the ones who look calm on the outside but carry entire worlds inside their minds. To others, they seem quiet, distant, or mysterious. But that silence is not emptiness. It's fullness. It's layers. It's a private universe made of questions, memories, and reflections. Deep thinkers are the people who pause before answering because they want their words to mean something. They don't just look at life. They analyze it, feel it, and understand it in ways most people never notice. And yet, deep thinkers are often misunderstood. People say they think too much, or they're overly serious, or hard to read. But what if the truth is the opposite? What if deep thinkers see what others miss? What if their silence is not distance, but depth? Stay with me till the very end of this video, because what you're about to hear is something deep thinkers rarely talk about. And if you're a deep thinker yourself, you're going to feel seen, understood, and finally explained. And before we continue, make sure you subscribe, because we explore human psychology with honesty and depth in every video. Don't miss the journey. Let's go deeper. Deep thinkers don't just see the world. They see the layers behind it. When something happens, most people notice the surface, the event, the moment, the situation. But deep thinkers immediately search for the meaning hidden underneath. Their brain automatically asks, why did this happen? What does it reveal? What can I learn from this? They see patterns in human behavior, connections between ideas, and long-term outcomes that others overlook. While people react quickly, deep thinkers respond slowly, not because they are unsure, but because they are evaluating, processing, and understanding. Their mind works like a map, connecting everything to everything. This makes deep thinkers wise, thoughtful, and emotionally intelligent. But it also makes them misunderstood. Some people think they are overthinking. Others call them too serious. But deep thinkers aren't trying to complicate life. They're trying to understand it deeply. And the more you understand, the harder it becomes to live on the surface. Stay with me till the end, because in the next section, we'll uncover the emotional burden deep thinkers carry, something most people never see. And don't forget to subscribe if you love videos that go beneath the surface of human behavior. Deep thinkers don't just move through life. They feel every moment and remember every detail. While others let things pass quickly, a deep thinker holds on, turning moments into questions, and questions into reflections. Inside their mind, there's always a quiet conversation happening. They replay old memories, analyze past conversations, wonder if they said the right thing, or think about what they could have done better. They imagine possibilities, dream of what could be, and try to understand why people behave the way they do. Their mind is a constant stream of ideas, reflections, and meaning. This inner world is beautiful, but it can also be exhausting. They can't switch it off. Even in silent rooms, their thoughts are loud. Even when they look calm, their mind is working in 100 directions. And if you're still watching this, make sure you subscribe, because what comes next will help you understand the emotional depth hidden inside every deep thinker. Stay with me to the end. It only gets more fascinating. People often misunderstand deep thinkers. They see someone quiet and assume they are shy, uninterested, or disconnected. But the truth is the opposite. Deep thinkers talk less, not because they lack thoughts, but because they have too many. They choose words carefully. They pause before speaking. They listen deeply, observe closely, and feel intensely. They don't enjoy small talk because it feels empty. They prefer conversations that mean something, ones that explore ideas, emotions, dreams, and truth. Their silence is not a flaw. It is their comfort zone, their safe space. They protect their mind, give them time to think, and lets them feel without pressure. Deep thinkers feel more than they express. They notice the sadness behind someone's smile, the tension in someone's voice, the loneliness in someone's eyes. They sense what others overlook. And if you're still here, stay with me, because the next part reveals the real reason deep thinkers love solitude. Make sure you subscribe, because these insights only get deeper from here. Deep thinkers crave solitude the way others crave company. They don't isolate themselves because they dislike people. They isolate because the world overwhelms them. Noise, chaos, small talk, and constant activity drain their energy. Their mind needs quiet to think, to breathe, to recalibrate. Being alone is not loneliness. It's their way of protecting their mental space. In solitude, their thoughts settle. Ideas become clearer. Emotions make sense. They can finally hear their own mind without interruption. This is why deep thinkers disappear sometimes. They withdraw not to escape people, but to return to themselves. If you've ever wondered why deep thinkers seem to vanish from social events or take long breaks from conversations, this is why. They need time to recharge. Stay till the end, because the next part explores something many deep thinkers hide: their emotional sensitivity. And don't forget to subscribe if you want more deep psychological insights like this. Deep thinking and deep feeling often live together. People assume a thinker is logical, calm, and detached, but deep thinkers are often deeply emotional. They feel everything in high definition. A small comment can stay with them for days. A strange look can make them wonder what went wrong. Joy hits them strongly, but pain does too. Their empathy is powerful. They feel what others feel, sometimes even before others realize it themselves. They notice micro-expressions, shifts in tone, hesitation in words. They sense when someone is hurting. They pick up on emotions that aren't spoken. Their intuition acts like a quiet radar, scanning the world and absorbing every detail. This sensitivity is a gift, but it also becomes a weight. They carry emotions that don't belong to them. They absorb stress from the people around them. They overthink situations because they care too much. And this is where their overthinking begins. Because deep thinking plus deep feeling create a mind that searches endlessly for meaning. Stay with me, we're going deeper. And make sure you subscribe if you've ever seen yourself in these words, because the upcoming part on overthinking will reveal why deep thinkers struggle silently, and why their mind doesn't rest even when the world does. When deep thinking becomes too heavy, it slowly turns into overthinking. What starts as reflection becomes replaying. What begins as analysis becomes doubt. A simple conversation from 3 days ago suddenly turns into a loop that plays again and again in their mind. They wonder if they said the right thing, if they should have done something differently, or if someone misunderstood them. Their brain tries to protect them by preparing for every possibility, but in reality, it exhausts them. What if becomes a constant visitor in their thoughts? What if I fail? What if I disappoint someone? What if things go wrong? Their powerful mind, the same mind that helps them understand life deeply, sometimes becomes the very thing that makes life feel heavier. And this connects to another hidden struggle: decisions. Deep thinkers don't struggle because they're indecisive or afraid. They struggle because they see too much. They see every potential outcome, every consequence, every detail others might overlook. Where most people choose quickly, deep thinkers pause. They analyze. They consider. They imagine. Their hesitation comes from awareness, not weakness. They want to make the right choice, not just a fast one. And sometimes the weight of choosing makes them step back and delay. If you relate to this, keep watching till the end, because the final sections will reveal strengths you may have never realized you had. And if this feels like your mind, hit subscribe now, because we're only getting deeper into your psychology. Behind all this depth lies something beautiful: creativity. Deep thinkers might not always show it, but their minds are filled with colors, images, ideas, and stories. They notice the shape of a shadow on the wall, the emotion behind someone's smile, the beauty in a quiet moment. Their imagination is rich, alive, full of possibilities. Creativity is not always loud. It doesn't always appear in big projects or public displays. Sometimes it reveals itself in problem solving, in compassion, in writing messages, in the way they understand others. They connect dots others don't even see. Their mind is a world where ideas grow naturally, without force. And that creativity is one of their greatest strengths, one that comes from seeing life deeply, feeling intensely, and thinking far beyond the surface. If this describes you even a little, keep watching to the end, because the final parts of this script will reveal the emotional truth deep thinkers rarely talk about. And don't forget to subscribe right now, because this channel is for people exactly like you, people who think differently, feel deeply, and want to understand themselves better. Deep thinkers move through life with a quiet desire for meaning, not noise. They don't care about trends, gossip, or surface-level excitement. They care about what feels real. They want conversations that touch the heart, relationships that feel genuine, and moments that have purpose. They're not impressed by people who talk loudly. They're drawn to people who speak honestly. And this makes them incredibly selective about who they allow into their inner world. They don't want 10 friends. They want one friend who understands. They don't want attention. They want connection. They don't want perfect people. They want authentic people. And this desire for depth is exactly what sets them apart. Stay with me, because what comes next will help you understand why deep thinkers often struggle in social settings, even when they have a big, beautiful mind. Social situations feel different to deep thinkers. While others dive right into conversations, deep thinkers step back and observe. They listen, they analyze, they notice details others miss. But this quietness often gets misunderstood. People might think they're shy, uninterested, or even distant, when the truth is, they're simply processing. Fast environments overwhelm them. Loud personalities drain them. Superficial talk bores them. They're not trying to be rude. Their brain is just wired differently. Deep thinkers need time to warm up, time to understand the energy in the room before they join in. And because they don't fit into every environment, they sometimes feel out of place. If you've ever felt like this, keep watching, because the next part reveals something deep thinkers rarely admit: the fear of being misunderstood. Deep thinkers carry a quiet fear inside them. The fear that their thoughts are too much, their feelings are too deep, or their words might be misinterpreted. This fear doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from moments in the past where they were judged for thinking differently. Maybe someone mocked their ideas. Maybe someone told them they were overthinking. Maybe someone dismissed their feelings. Over time, deep thinkers learn to hold things inside, so they wouldn't be misunderstood again. They choose silence over explanation, not because they don't care, but because explaining their mind feels exhausting. They worry that people won't understand the depth behind their thoughts or the softness behind their silence. And this fear slowly becomes a habit, one that shapes their entire emotional world. Don't go anywhere, because next we talk about the loneliness deep thinkers never talk about, even to the people they love. Inside the mind of a deep thinker, there is a kind of loneliness that doesn't always come from being alone. It comes from not being understood. They can be in a room full of people and still feel like no one truly sees them. They can have friends and still feel like their inner world is hidden. Deep thinkers long for someone who listens with curiosity, not judgment. Someone who understands without needing everything explained. Someone who hears their silence and still knows what they feel. Many deep thinkers quietly wait for that kind of connection. They wait for the person who finally makes them feel seen. If you've ever felt this way, stay to the end of this video, because the final sections explain how deep thinkers love and why their love is so rare. When deep thinkers love, they love with intensity. They don't fall for someone's looks or status. They fall for their soul. They pay attention to the small things, the unspoken things, the emotional things most people overlook. They think deeply about their partner's feelings. They worry about hurting someone they care for. They try to understand, fix, protect, and support. Their love is not loud, but it is strong. Not showy, but sincere. They don't want a relationship full of drama. They want something that feels safe, stable, and honest. They love with loyalty, depth, and intention. And because they love so deeply, heartbreak hits them harder than most people. But love also transforms them, giving their quiet mind something warm to hold on to. And trust me, you'll want to stay for the next sections, because they will connect everything together. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Deep thinkers don't show their strength loudly. They carry it inside. Their resilience comes from reflection. Their emotional intelligence helps them navigate life with maturity. They face struggles silently, but survive them with wisdom. They endure pain without destroying others. They think before reacting, and they act with clarity. This quiet strength makes them anchors for the people they love. Deep thinkers see life from angles others overlook. They notice patterns. They understand emotions. They predict outcomes. Their advice is thoughtful. Their solutions are creative. Their insights can change someone's life. They offer perspective that feels healing and grounding. And Because of this, the world benefits from their presence far more than they realize. Deep thinking is a gift, but it needs balance. Without grounding, it can turn into overthinking, exhaustion, and emotional overload. Deep thinkers need rest. They need mindfulness. They need to live in the present moment, sometimes instead of always living in their head. They must protect their energy and set boundaries to stay emotionally healthy. And now, as we reach the final message, stay till the end because this part is for you. If you're a deep thinker, hear this. Your mind is not a burden. Your sensitivity is not a weakness. Your quiet nature is not a flaw. You see the world with depth. You feel with honesty. You think with purpose. And the world needs people like you, people who understand, reflect, observe, and grow. You don't have to change who you are. You just have to embrace your depth and protect your peace. And if this video made you feel understood, even just a little, subscribe right now. Stay with this channel. This is a place for minds like yours, thoughtful minds, sensitive minds, curious minds. We grow together. We understand together. We heal together. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay to the end of every video. Your mind deserves a space where it feels seen.